That's right. We own the entire Redwoods. So what now? No, guys. So seriously, watch this video and find out how you obtain the entire Redwoods on your own server. Well, I'm not promoting to take a big bunch of land unless you have to, but this is a good way to handle bullies. My entire video is based on gameplay only for Ark, so don't take offense to this video. If you feel anytime you may be offended, just exit the video now. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Hey guys, welcome back. It's Cherry Tomato, and thank you for, joining me again for another awesome Ark video. Okay, so in my previous videos I have mentioned that we've had some problems with bullying, and this has been going on for a couple months, and we have tried to overlook it, we've tried to ignore them, and they just keep wanting attention. So this entire video is to explain how to handle your bullies that you may come across on any game. And if you, like I said before, if you watch my channel, you know that we do not do bullies. So we always bully the bullies, and we go hard when we bully them to the point that they just leave us alone. And that's the entire purpose of it, is we want left alone. So watch this video, and I'm going to tell you the story of how we handled our bullies on Ark. Okay, so a couple months ago we had asked for a pillar removed in front of our base because we wanted a little bit of water, not the entire, all the way across the river. We wanted just a little section in front of our base to have like an angler, just something so we didn't have to have a lot of bases to keep traveling back and forth to. And I had asked the owners of the pillar, hey, can we have a little bit of, a couple pillars removed? We'll even pay for them. We'll pay in ingots, whatever you want. We'll pay for them to have them removed because that benefits us. And we don't want all the way across the damn river. Well, they're like, no, we save spawn points, da-da-da, and that's not good enough for us to pull pillars. So they're acting like they're high and mighty and they run this server. And I'm like, okay, I respect your wishes. It is your pillar. So we leave it alone. And there's other tribes over weeks past, and we're like, what the hell? Because they're pillaring up other people, they're extending their pillars out, obviously not to save spawn points, but to actually troll people and to gain power in the game. And I'm like, wow, really? Well, it comes back up, and they start bitching about, well, you put pillars around us. We have to have some land. I mean, we didn't go off and just pillar every fucking thing. We pillared a little bit of land down the river here to have a river base, and they got mad that we pillared down there. Well, we're trying to locate some water because we would like to access, water dinos. Duh. I mean, come on now. And obviously you're not going to pull the pillars up in front of our base, so we're trying to relocate. Doesn't that make common sense? We don't talk to these people. We don't even need these people's help at all, whatsoever. So they get mad, and then they start building in front of our base. So I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell to the no now. So I get my little, Fresno, and I'm like, okay, it's cool, it's on. So my ass goes out there and pillars all the way in front of his base and starts building ridiculous shit like he built in front of our base. I mean, does that not make, it fair game? If you can do it to us, why can't we do it to you back? So we end up doing that, but only after he decided to pillar my river base in. And he pillared the back of it in so I can't extend it, and he put walls in front of my base so I can't access my base at all. Now that would piss anybody off that has, any common sense. And you would either, what would you do? Leave the server, be like, oh, it's okay, I'll just find me another server. I just put all this work into this server, it's no big deal. I'm sorry I made you mad. Nah, I'm not like that. And if you watch my channel, you know I do not bow down to people, and I'm not going to start now. So I pillar up the whole damn Redwoods. And he had made a threat to us. He's like, well, you're about to get 1,000 pillars around you. He made that a month ago. And when he made that a month ago, I did take about maybe 350 pillars and pillar around our base so that he could not pillar us in. Well, keep in mind, they have access to the water in front of our base. So they use that to bully us. That is their main thing, is they say, hey, we use this to save spawns so nobody can, destroy the rivers. But yet they can turn around and do the same damn thing that they're saying that everybody else that they're trying to stop from doing. but they do that to you when they get mad at you. So that's not cool at all in my book. And everybody on this server is like taking up for them. They're like, you all pillared the whole Redwoods. It's a mess. It looks trashy. Yeah, I pillared every second I could and every inch I could of that Redwoods just to prove a point. You're not going to sit here and bully me and threaten me and say you're going to put 1,000 pillars around me. I mean, come on. I can put out 1,000 pillars too. You didn't. I'm sorry that you made threats that you didn't keep up to, but obviously I can make threats and I can stand up for myself and I can do exactly what I say I'm going to do. And I did do that, and they're mad. So it's cool. I don't care. I'm not removing my shit unless, there is an unless, I will remove some of the pillars. I will remove this laggy ass shit and trashy shit in front of his base if he takes down this wall and he removes 2 pillars from in front of our base so we can have some water, and he removes that lag fest that he built out there. And that's the only way I'm going to do it. And if he doesn't, I will block the entire Redwoods off with a fucking wall. And if he doesn't like it, he can get out there and he can build a wall all the way around my wall again. So that gives me double protection. So, I mean, I've tried to be fair. I've compromised with this dude. These dudes. I guess they're dudes. I'm not quite sure. They may be females because they're acting like they're ragging half the time. But I honestly have tried to compromise with them more than a handful of times. I have been like, hey, you remove pillar, I'll remove pillar. Hey, you do this, I'll do that. I mean, you know, let's be adults. And the more I sit there and try to compromise, they push me further and further. And then I look like the bad person. And I can't help that because I'm not going to sit there and bow down and cry and be like, oh, they pillared me in. What am I going to do? I'm just going to quit. No. I mean, you just don't do that. So I advise anybody, if somebody makes threats to you, because they had made threats that they was going to bring a giga to us. I had told my entire tribe, I was like, listen, they was talking about they had wild gigas up there or something, and he said that when we was, you know, griefing back and forth on the game, and I was like, okay, and he's like, well, I've got wild gigas or something, and the very next day, our other base was destroyed, everything killed, dragons, everything by a giga. So, I mean, what's the odds of that? And then I have chats and proof of him saying, well, I just watched the show. So he was there watching it when it happened. So, I mean, you know, it kind of adds up. So he did kite a giga to us before they'd done the offline, prevention and all that shit, that update. But, I mean, they're really salty because I'm not quite sure why. I don't understand. And then he's made comments, and right here's the start of it, how everything started. So you're going to get to read it all. It's going to be a long-ass video, and I'm sorry for that. But this is just everything that went down. And you can pause the video, read it, and you'll just see everything. But besides that, there has been so many things that has been said to us that we have just laughed off and ignored. Because we don't want to feed into them. Why feed into them and give them what they want? And why would we leave? Because there's been so many other tribes on here that's actually good tribes that we enjoyed talking to, and we party up with a lot of these people. And the sad point is that a lot of the people we party up with and talk to and play the game with, they are afraid to let this person know that they're friends with us because they don't want to be isolated and kited and, you know, fucked with. So, I mean, it's sad that this person is running the server and taking the fun out of it for everybody. And the funny part is my boyfriend's like, well, every time that we piss these people off, they give free gigas away, they give free dragons away, and they, you know, cheap ass shit just so that they can try to look like they're the, you know, best person ever and try to win everybody's love back. And the sad part is that this server is so ignorant that they fall for it. And that's why this person's high and mighty, and they feed into it. And they're like, I'm gonna say something I probably shouldn't say because I don't want to throw somebody under the bus. But I actually party up with people and talk to people who literally is like in a party with us as we're, you know, talking back and forth to these people that we, you know, necessarily don't like on the game. And they're like, well, if I act like I don't like you, he'll give me free shit. And if I kiss his ass, he'll give me more free shit. So let me say something, you know, completely off the wall to sound like I hate you so that he'll think that and believe that so I can get all this free shit. And we're like laughing, but at the same time we're like, wow, We see where your loyalty, you know, really lies. I mean, come on. But that goes on, and there's so many two-faced people that just does not stand up for themselves, and that's the whole moral of the story is that we're not two-faced, we're not fake, and we don't want free shit. We don't want people to be like, well, if you kiss my ass, I'll give you a free giga. No. We want to work for our, you know, everything we've got, because that's the whole purpose of the game, to have fun and establish yourself and build up from, you know, the ground to the top and da-da-da. But that's not how this server is working. This server is completely brown-nosing this dude, and he is so dumb to the fact that nobody really likes him. That's the whole funny part of it is that he's like, well, I'm laughing at you all, and you're all just making yourself look bad. The funny thing is, more than half the fucking server has been in a party with us while we've been sitting here talking to him and arguing with him, and he doesn't know. So, and they're laughing, and they're like, man, he's stupid. Man, you know, I'm just playing him like a fiddle. Yeah, everybody on the server plays him as a fiddle, and they know how to. So it's actually really entertaining when we jump in that party and all these different people was like talking some mad shit, but then at the other hand they're scared to say it to their face. So I could care less if this server really likes me, really likes us. I don't care, and my pillars are going to stay because I'm proving a point. And I will refresh them every damn day till the server's no longer here, just to prove my point. So, with that being said, we're not going nowhere. We don't care. There was somebody, I don't want to say no names, but there was somebody that was like, well, nobody on this server is going to trade with you or talk to you or, you know, do all this, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, there is Facebook. There is other servers we can transfer, you know, out to sell to. We don't necessarily need these people, and we necessarily don't care about these people. But the whole point is that we never ask for help. Yeah, we bought dragons. Yeah, we bought a rock golem and stuff from certain people on this server that are now shady to the fact that they don't like what's going on because they're too, you know, scared to speak up for what is right. That's not our fault and not our concern, and we really don't care. So we're going to continue doing us, and yeah, pretty much we're having a fucking blast over here because the joke's on the jokers. The name fits perfectly. But like I said, this is how you really handle them. You don't run away. Like, a lot of people are just like, well, I'm transferring all my shit and going to a different server. If you do that, the bullying still continues to people that's new, and then they still are victims of the bullying. So don't let that happen. Don't do that. And of course, if you are us, we look bad right now because people don't know the true story of what really happened, or how we was pushed, and how far we was pushed to do what we did do. And what we did was take over the entire Redwoods with pillars and build up, you know, some janky ass shit in front of his base, one of his thousands of bases. And the funny part is that anytime he gets a chance to make us look bad, he makes us look bad and tries to. And people that don't know, you know, the actual story is coming into the end of it, and they're like, wow, Teabag's, you know, shit. But like last night, my other tribe member had stopped at the corner of his base and was like trying to get stamina. Because, you know, when you fly, you have to get stamina or you're going to fly like a fucking bird. I mean, come on, common sense. So you land in a safe area. And as soon as my tribe member, you know, landed in that area, this person was like, you stealing? Motherfucker, we ain't stealing shit. We're trying to land for fucking stamina. Come on now. And, I mean, duh. And then he was, like, going on. He's like, well, you're all in my base. And while he was saying we was in our base, I have screenshots here. If you just watch the video to the very end, you'll see I was literally in my base when he was accusing us of being in his base. And I'm not even quite sure which one of the fucking bases he was at that time. So it's just really sad how far people will go for attention. And it's not just us. It's so many people that has been abused on this server that have daily, every time they sign in, they're like bitching about this person because they don't like them, and it's overplayed. It's time for everybody to either shut up or do something about it and quit crying. And as you see right here, it says pillar war. Well, he challenged me to a pillar war, and I did just that. I did a pillar war. So I can't help that he lost the pillar war. And from time to time, he's all like, well, we can go to war. Let's go to war. Let's go, you know, whatever the fuck that means. I guess my boyfriend has explained it. He said that on a PvE server, you can go to war with another tribe. You have to declare war on them, and then they have access to, you know, killing your animals, destroying your base. This is a PvE server, not a PvP server. If you want war, as my boyfriend keeps telling these, you know, slow people, hey, go to PvP if you want fucking war. This is not the place for it. We come here to chill. We come here to build. We come here to play. We're not here to fight and argue over stupid shit and be bullied. But when we are bullied, we're not going to, you know, bow down. We're going to bully you back. So, I mean, you get what you ask for. And that's exactly what has happened. So everybody needs to mind their own business. And they need to, you know, obviously they're picking a side where there's free shit. But that doesn't bother us because we're not leaving the game, and we're not going to give up our fun to make everybody else happy. And I know I've repeated myself 100 times in this video to say that, but that's the whole purpose of us playing right now, is to show everybody, hey, we are taking a stand. Either you stand up or you back down and shut up. So, each to their own. I can't, you know, say it anymore. But if you haven't, you know, dealt with bullies, come to server 250 and you will have a lot of bullying done, I'm sure. If you don't like the certain person that runs the server, they don't necessarily, you know, have admin or, you know, whatever over the server. They're just, you know, built up and, you know, on a pedestal because everybody makes them think that they're high and mighty because they want free shit. And yeah, pretty much, it's a lot to, you know, take in, but damn, it's sad and funny at the same time. So I do love making videos, and that is why I have put this video together. It's not really one of my best works, but it's just, you know, fast-paced video to, you know, get the point across, because I do have things to do, and I just want to get this video out because I did promise a YouTube video, and as everybody knows, I stick to my word. If I say something, I'm going to do it. Well, if you're watching this video, which I hope my server 250 community is watching this video right now, I pray that you're watching this video, because maybe you will learn to stand up for yourselves, or maybe you will just shut up and mind your own business when something doesn't concern you, which obviously the Redwoods does concern you, and the laggy shit in front of our base does concern you because you are a part of the server, and, you know, you may lag out, your shit may get killed because of the lag, or, you know, you may get trapped in pillars, but again, that's collateral damage to, you know, a war that was started, and I was challenged to a pillar war, and that's what I did. So if you want to bitch, you need to bitch at this other person and say, hey, they have tried to compromise with you. They have sat there and said they would buy your shit, your fucking pillars for ingots. They would do whatever it is that you're asking, you know, in trade to take the pillars down. But my demands has went up higher now. Yes, I'm gonna be petty. My demands has been higher now. For me to take some pillars, not all, I will never take all pillars down that's around my base, but for me to stop being petty, and for me to stop continuing to bully a bully that's bullying me, and that has for months, I have a list of demands that I want, and that is for, I said I think in the beginning of this video, like 2 pillars. I want a total of 6 pillars removed in front of my base, not all the way across, not, you know, on the other side. I want 6 pillars in front of my base removed so I can have some water. I want all that shit around my bridge removed. I want all the walls taken down around my river base, and I want the treehouse platform behind my base taken down, and I will remove some pillars in the Redwoods. I will remove almost all the pillars in the Redwoods that is not a part of my base, and I will destroy all that trashy shit in front of his base. And until that happens, the Redwoods is off limits to everybody until I get banned, which, again, I have been threatened that I would be banned for, you know, pillaring. Pillaring is not a bannable offense. Blocking a base is a bannable offense. That has been done to me. So if he's still here after that, I feel that I have nothing to worry about, because, you know, at the end of the day, all my pillars in the Redwoods is, for one, to protect us because we was threatened with 1,000 pillars. 2, it is to save spawns and save ridiculous building that is going on in front of our base. 3, it's just to piss him off. So, I mean, at the end of the night, either there's a compromise I'm still asking for after months of all this bickering to, you know, occur, and being an adult and compromise with us, or we just take the whole compromise off the table and say, hey, fuck you, we're doing us, and I'll build a fucking wall all the way around it all. I've already mentioned that previously in the video what I wanted. So if you're watching this video and he hasn't watched this video yet and you haven't shared it with him, maybe you should share it with him, or maybe you should tell him, because that's the only way this is going to end. And that's not my fault. I mean, I'm not going to back down. So I just don't know what anybody else would think for me to do. That would be, you know, I'm trying to watch my words and try to be nice, but it's got to the point it's ridiculous on all levels. And the game's not as fun as it used to be, but let me tell you, I'm having a hell of a time pissing people off. So I do live for that. When, you know, I get a chance to, you know, stand up for myself, I'm going to. But yeah, so I'm going to stop rambling and stop talking and let you watch this video. And here's all the chat logs and everything that I have said. This is proof to back it all up, and the video is long as fuck, so you might want to go, you know, get something to eat, you know, cut it off, come back, watch some more later, it's a lot. So guys, thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you agree with me, and if you don't, still give it a thumbs up, and, you know, just act like you agree. Because, you know, that's the cool thing to do. Act like you're, you know, my friend, and I'll give you free sweet cakes for a year. No, I'm not giving away free fucking sweet cakes for a year. But besides that, for real, if you're 100 and you're actually not a two-faced person, and you actually like, you know, people that stand up for themselves, I don't even know how to even talk to people. Like, I have no respect for anybody on this server anymore. There's a few people I actually do respect on here that actually stand up for themselves, but they're probably getting kited right now or built around right now as we speak, you know, for siding in with us, but that's besides the point. So, like I said, I'm sorry for, you know, all the drama on server 250, but it is what it is, and it happened because it had to happen. And if you just don't get it, then I'm sorry. I'm completely sorry that you don't get it, because here's everything that's led up to it and why it's happened, and we're 23 minutes in this video and I'm still rambling. So I have a lot of videos to get up that hopefully are not drama related, because we're getting older. I'm 26, and, you know, I have more things to do in my life than sit here and bully bullies all day. But don't get me wrong, I will if I have to. So, yeah, give this video a thumbs up. Okay, guys, I will talk to y'all later. Enjoy the rest of this video, and have a great day. Bye-bye. Okay guys, so I decided to, add a little part into this. As you see, Hawk had said, don't you have a life to live? Don't you have a 2-year-old to take care of? Well, I mean, the fact is that we know that is because when you're in an argument about a game, it should stay on the game. You should not be sitting here saying, well, I have this and this and this in real life. I bet you don't have this, this, and this. What's that have to do with the game? That has nothing to do with ARK. And why would you bring in real life inside of a game? So that is on them. Again, their fault, because anytime you have an argument about the game, it's completely irrelevant what they're talking about. Like, how long have you been here? What do you do in real life? How much do you work in real life? I mean, what's that have to do with the game? That has nothing to do with how we're playing the game and what we're doing on the game. So the fine lines of reality versus virtual is being crossed here, not necessarily on our side, but on their side. So yeah, we're going to take it a step further in. If you're bringing everything out to us, I mean, come on now. I mean, seriously. Okay, after reviewing my video, I have noticed that in some parts of my video, yes, I was a little high-pitched and, anxious telling my story. Of course I'm going to get anxious and tell my story because we're being made out to be like we're bad people. But on the other hand, we really don't care. It's the fact that I feel bad for everybody on this server. I really do feel bad because they're completely dumb to the fact of what's really going on here. And they're trying their best to ruin a fun game, and they have ruined it. We have talked to other people that have actually left the server because of these certain people, and they won't even play ARK anymore. And some of them have just went to different servers and don't even communicate with people in here because they know what this server is like. And I have said 1,000 times, if you know me, you have watched my channel, you know I can't stand that. I cannot stand people taking the fun out of a game just so that they can bully people. And they use the game for completely bullying. And that's not cool. I wish anything. And that's why I make these videos, that people would just stand up for themselves and that they would not let this go on. That's why we are, doing what we're doing, and why this video is here and why this video is so long, because I'm trying my best to, say, hey, let's, actually work together and stop the bullying. And I've been saying that for so long, and if you watch my IMV videos, you know that I have a group of friends and a community on IMVU that's actually grown, and they don't do the bullying. They actually, have a community where there is no bullying, and that is sad that we have to section off areas of games away from the bullies. But it's life, it's reality that there's always going to be bullies wherever you go, and you can't cry about bullies. But then on the other hand, you can't give in to them either, because what kind of person are you going to be if you sit there and take it? So either you stand up and bully the bullies back, and you get the backlash of it because you're going to look like a bully if you're bullying somebody, because obviously you are a bully because you are bullying that bully. But you have to just work together and realize that not necessarily all the actions that are in front of you is exactly the way it looks. I mean, there could be reasons why things has happened to get to this point. So that's why my video is here, to maybe my video will help some other server that's willing to take a stand against people, because I'm sure there's other servers that have the same issue, and I'm hoping my video really helps a lot of people to kind of put a stop to this, at least on certain servers, if not ours, because ours, in all honesty, our server is down the drain. I don't see the bullying stopping on our server, but I do see the bullying not going to continue on us. So I can't help the server, I can just help us. And my tribe mates, I know in my video it's me, I, but I want to take full responsibility for the pillaring and for the building that I have done. Anything that has my name on, I am responsible for that, and I do not want to put any more hate on the other tribe members in our tribe that doesn't need to get the necessarily blame for my actions, because I take full responsibility for the pillaring. That is all on me. I have pillared the entire Redwoods, and I don't have no shame in that because I'm admitting why I done it. And I will not at any time in this video speak of, we. Well, sometimes I say we, yeah, I have, but at the points that is directed to our tribe. So I want to clear that up because I want to give full credit to Hawk. He is the tribe leader, and he has established, the ARC establishment that we do have on this server. He's put a lot of time and effort into building his tree house, into providing everything that I have is because of him, and I want to give him full credit for that because he really spends a lot of time and he does a lot of it just for me, and I really appreciate him for that, and I love him dearly. And also our other tribe, Oracle, he has put a lot of time and patience into this bullying, and he's done his part, and we've tried to reason. Like I said, we've all tried to sit here and reason, and it's not working. So when you get to a point where you see there's no compromise, but yet the bullying is still coming towards you, you have to push your way back and fight back. And that's what we did. So either we could be in the right, we could be in the wrong, and in all honesty, both sets of tribes that are going head to head right now are in the wrong, because we are trashing the server up, we are causing the chat logs to be overwhelmed with nonsense that isn't game related, and that's sad. And I am truly, from the bottom of my heart, sorry to the entire server that they have to go through this and they have to get the crossfires of it, because it's not fair. But what are we supposed to do? So I mean, if you have any suggestions on what we should do, comment below. I would love to hear it, because we have the mindset where we want to play the game. We're not going to leave the server, and we're not going to leave the area that we've put a lot of hours and time into to create. Whether people decide to talk to us, people decide to sell to us, or buy from us, that is not a concern of ours at this time. We do not care, because like I said, there's other options to selling us stuff, and necessarily I'm a hoarder, so I like to keep all my animals anyway. The only reason I do sell is because my boyfriend's like, you got like 3 slots left, you need to sell something. Or I'm gonna have to kill it or something. And that's another thing why I'm on this. You're watching the end of this video, so you're getting like whatever you want to call it, me just rambling. But there was a comment made to us that they was going to wait until our timers went down, claim our animals, and pike all of our dinos that they didn't want. I mean, why would you even say that to somebody if you didn't want them to retaliate against you? I mean, there's been a lot of comments made, and I can honestly sit here and say, my head high, we have not said one reckless thing until it was said to us. And at that point, there was nothing ever reckless made from Hawk. He has never said anything reckless to them, or threats. And I do take a minute that I have said, hey, I'm giving you the option to compromise, or I will extend my base out. I will take more land. And that is the only thing that we have literally done. But on the other hand, there's been a lot of reckless words come out of their mouths. And it's really petty and it's really sad. So, again, if you are a victim of bullying, try to keep your head up high. Don't get on the low level that they're on. Don't crawl down there and get eye level with them, because it's not worth it. So, but on the other hand, it is okay to sit there, and when you do say something, go ahead and do it, because when you say you're going to put 1,000 pillars out and you don't, I'm thinking you're waiting for me to do it for you. So I mean, this is the end of my rant, and I don't think you've got to this point yet, but you're getting there. It's starting to. You're at the very end, because you've seen his name change multiple times. He changes it weekly, daily, to fit his mood. But besides that, I have said the last thing that I'm going to say to them, and you will see it later on, it's coming up, that, you know, I'm sorry to the community that I will not be, you know, flooding the chats with this ridiculous shit. And I'm not. I'm going to completely ignore them because I've already done everything to piss them off to benefit us. Like I have, obviously, this is the entire video on how to obtain the whole Redwoods for your tribe. So, I mean, if you're in this situation and you have area to pillar up that you can use as leverage, then do it. Because my leverage is either going to go two ways. Either I'm going to have a big piece of land to play on and not have to worry outside my gates, or I'm going to be, you know, having access to the front of my base again and all of this shit that was put here to bully us removed. So, either or, it's a win-win situation. So, because we don't even have to use the front of our base. And that's the sad part, is that my boyfriend made the comment, he's like, so let me get this straight. He took the time to build behemoth gates around your dinosaur gates at our river base that we never used, that was just a trailer. And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. And he's like, he starts laughing. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So he gets on after work and he's like, wow, he's really mad, isn't he? I'm like, yeah. And then, you know, the comment was made, well, you told me not to look at it. So I put gates up to not look at it. Which, you know, that was cool. And if I honestly was that mad at somebody, I'd probably done the same. But I wasn't taking anything serious, and I really wasn't that mad, even after, you know, the kiting and all that stuff, because it's, my world does not revolve around them. Like, I mean, ARK is a community, yeah, your server's a community, but at the end of the day, you should be having fun doing you. But it's just, why does drama always follow me? I don't know. I do know, to be honest, I do know why it always follows me. It follows me because I don't put up with it. And when I see it happening, or when they try to do it to us, I don't put up with it. And the perfect solution to it is this entire video. So again, I'm hoping and praying this video helps somebody out. And at least you're getting a laugh out of it, because we've laughed about it. I mean, it's been time consuming. I mean, and the metal that they wasted to build that damn bridge, and like they built a bridge around our bridge, more or less. And the metal they built the great big box in. The funny thing is my boyfriend, when they was building that great big metal box down the river you just seen, my boyfriend went in there and he's like, oh, I'm gonna have some fun. He was laughing his ass off, and he made like a smoke bomb and all this stuff, and I had like the firework flare gun, yeah, and like I was shooting fireworks up in the sky when he's out there building it, and he's dropped a smoke bomb in there. I mean, we've laughed and we've had fun with it. We really have had fun with it. And I know a lot of people that see my bridge has came up there and been like, wow, these people are so mean. But on my bridge, I put, stop crying a river, we built you a bridge, now get over it. And then I put oxygen thief, pleb, and whatever else. And I used the exact same words that he called us. So, I mean, what's good for them to do, why can't we do it back? So, I don't get people's side of things. So, pretty much, like I said, I didn't lie. I said this is going to be a long ass video, didn't I? And it's just going to be an hour-long video. Hot damn. Well, anyway, guys, add me on Xbox. My name is Cherry DeMayo. And if you are playing ARK and you're looking for a loyal tribe to stand up for themselves, you're looking for, you know, somebody to play with, like party up with, and, you know, just to have fun with on ARK, hit us up. Add me on Xbox, join server 250, and have fun, because obviously you see the server that we have now with the population is not going to, they're not going to change. So we need some new people on this server that have a backbone, that are not about the drama, and they're not about, you know, all this petty shit. And here's what I'm going to do. I've already talked to some people in the server, and they're actually going to soon, if I don't know if they have the backbone to do it, is move into the Redwoods where I have it pillared off at. And I'm going to section off a piece of the property and give it to you all. so y'all have actually a place to, you know, come to and already have land. So if you are on a different server and you want to hang out with us and you want to be, you know, a part of the anti-bullying team Teabag has made, I guess, join server 250. I'm going to put it right here again so you can see it. There we go, server 250. And let me know. I'll give you some land. You can transfer servers, do whatever you want to, because it's actually really not a bad server. Besides, you know, if you turn chat off and not listen to everybody bicker and stuff like that, because the Redwoods is completely free now. And I would like to have some neighbors that are actually, you know, here to play Ark and not be two-faced and actually, you know, party up with us and be our friends, but not be fake to get free shit. So if you're honestly wanting to start from scratch on the game and build your way up, I got some land for you. Just let me know. We do have some swamp, you know, because you can't really get any other water, but we got a lot of the swamp. You could have you some swamp creatures, something down there. Okay, guys, so yep, let me pause me and let you continue watching, and I might be back at the end of the video. Okay, so it cut off, but as you see at the very top, it says, "Low lives, you in my base, are you that dumb?" Okay, as you see, I'm in my base, and he's talking to me, and I'm not in his base, obviously, so I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do. I do know what he's trying to do. The more I think about it, he's trying to make the entire server think that we're in his base now and that we're harassing him. Yet, and he keeps saying go away, da da da, but yet he comes at us directly at our neck each time, and we do not say anything. So I mean, it's what it is. Either you're going to wake up and realize that you're being snowballed, but again, you know, people just don't realize what they don't want to realize, or they just don't really care, because at the end of the day, it is a game. All jokes aside, this is a game, but your real life morals should set in at some point to be like, hey, I personally was brought up to not take people's bullshit and to not be pushed around. So I guess not everybody was raised that way. I'm not quite sure why people don't have the mindset to be direct and not just hide underneath a bridge and be like, oh, you're so cool. And they seriously, my boyfriend's favorite word is butter his biscuits. They do. They all butter his biscuits because that's why he's got the way he is. So I know there's a lot of people that play Ark that watch my YouTube channel that is not about that life. So you should come over here and just have some fun with it. So, you know, because we've got it covered. We're just 2 months, going on 3 months in, we're like, I'm bored. I'm so bored of it because it just is boring now. So we're not feeding into it, but that doesn't mean somebody else can't follow in our footsteps, if you know what I mean. So we opened the door, and I'm giving you the key to land to give you a foundation to start on. So what more do you want me to say without saying it? Okay guys, so this is the final end of this video, this long ass 49-minute video. I hope you all did enjoy the video, And while this video was going on, I did manage to get stung by a couple bees in the garden. So I'm going to go handle that, and I have some things to do, and hopefully in a couple days I get some more ARC videos up that is actually fun to watch. Y'all have a great day, and talk to y'all later.
What I want, yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's right, I said it.